Good evening. The parents of a severely disabled woman from York say they're living in limbo after their daughter's long-term care provider said it's going to be withdrawing its services. Angie Morgan has a rare neurological syndrome, which means she can't talk, walk or feed herself. Phil Bodmer has all the details.
Angie suffers with Rett syndrome, a neurological disorder. She's lost everything. She needs 24/7 care. If you speak to her, she loses the messages before they get to her to understand what it is you're wanting to say.
For Sue Morgan and her husband Derek, the last year has been fraught with worry. Their daughter, who is now 38, has been in supported living for the last 8 years. But in February, the couple, who are now both in their 70s, received a letter suggesting Angie move to alternative accommodation. If not, the care provider Mencap would withdraw its services.
I find it absolutely deplorable that not just my daughter, any son, daughter that's in a supported living could be treated in this way. So, well, it's like saying, well, we don't want to deal with that person's family.
Right, come on, Angie. Let's turn Thomas off and have your dinner.
Sue says she feels the reasons for the decision to withdraw care followed a disagreement over visitor accommodation and speaking up for her daughter's needs.
There was a heated conversation. I didn't want Angie going into a cold wooden shed classed as a visitor's pod, which it isn't really, it's a garden shed. And I said, well, there's no need for you to take her in there because she won't be having any visitors. So I was told by the area manager that they could do what they like with Angie while she's at that service. And if we didn't like it, we could find another service. And they don't have to share any information about Angie with us if they don't want to.
Mencap told us the type of support that Angie's family is currently requesting is not in line with what we're commissioned by the City of York Council to provide. We have now asked the council to find an alternative care provider, who we hope will be a more suitable fit. We will continue to support Angie until a new provider is found and will assist with her transition as much as we can. Angie will not have to move out of her home, but a new care provider, once found, will support Angie where she currently lives. In a brief statement, the City of York Council said, "We're in the process of looking for a provider which can offer appropriate support at this accommodation, and we want to work with all tenants to meet everyone's needs." Sue says securing Angie's future has always been her main priority. Phil Bodmer, BBC Look North, York.
A coroner has said that a prisoner at HMP Leeds may not have died if information had been passed on about his suicidal thoughts. 39-year-old Richard Gordon Franks was found dead in his cell in 2019. The coroner said he would have been on suicide watch if solicitors had passed on information to prison staff. And finally, a boy from Leeds who's raised nearly £100,000 has been given an award by the RAF. 7-year-old Jacob raised money for the hospice that cared for his mum before her death last year. He says he wishes his mum could have been there to see him get the award.
I wanted to raise lots of money for the RAF Benevolent Fund so they could help as many people in the RAF family as possible, and someday I want to be part of it too. My favourite challenge is the Battle of Britain challenge because I got to remember all the people who were in the Battle of Britain, and I got to give my mummy a big hug at the end.
Oh, let's get the weather now. Here's Abby.
Hello again, good evening. A mild week of weather on the way. We could see temperatures reaching about 17 degrees on Wednesday. Tomorrow looks largely dry with some sunshine, just the exception of a few showers, and we will see a few drifting through overnight tonight as well. Variable amounts of cloud, clear spells, our winds falling a little lighter but staying quite breezy. Overnight lows of about 8 or 9 degrees. So tomorrow's forecast looks more promising than what we've had today, more in the way of sunshine, but the risk of a couple of sharp showers drifting through, with a top temperature tomorrow of 14 degrees.
That's all from the Sunday team. Good night.